Being positive is great, but if you don't do it right, you can actually lose your hope and feel worse than you did before. And here's why.
The strongest prison bars are in your head. Leaders and teams, it's time for a jailbreak.
My new intro, yay! So people have been talking about 2020, and you may be seeing this next year in 2021, but the principle is the same. It's like when this year is over, people, and if you're watching this in the future, people were talking about, can't wait for this year to be over. It's been so bad, as though everything is going to be fine once the end of December comes. When you put a deadline on outcomes that you have no control over, then you could be setting yourself up for disappointment. Now, in reading Good to Great by Jim Collins, he talks about Admiral Jim Stockdale and coined the phrase the Stockdale Paradox. Now, Jim Stockdale was a prisoner in Vietnam, and he was there for, I think it was 8 years. It was a long time. And he said the people who were so positive, we're going to be out of here by Christmas, we're going to be out of here by Christmas, and then they weren't. And then the next Christmas would roll around. We're going to be out of here by Christmas. And they weren't. And they lost hope. And they were mentally destroyed by it. You see, you've got to keep faith. And this is what Jim Stockdale talks about. You've got to keep faith that things will work out. But you must face the harsh reality. And facing that harsh reality might be financial loss. It might be worst case scenario. But then when you've faced the reality, then you can look at, okay, so what now? Now, even it puts me in mind of Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. And he said that the prisoners who also thought they'd be out by Christmas would be disappointed. But he talked about that having a sense of purpose. It's a different mindset. He didn't talk about them being home by Christmas, and obviously a lot of them were Jewish. But when you put conditions on your outcome that you can't control, it doesn't help you. But you can still have faith. And for Viktor Frankl, it was a sense of purpose, that there was meaning in life and that things mattered. And when people gave up their meaning of life. So when you're really, really disappointed, see, disappointment makes the heart sick. And you get disappointed when what you hoped for, what you believed for, doesn't come to pass. And so you've got to remain in hope, remain in faith, but still be flexible about timeframes and what it might look like. I was believing God that I would not go to jail, that it was unlikely that I would go, and yet I went. So I had to be in acceptance of that and face the worst case scenario and still find meaning in it and come out the other side. Whatever you're facing and going through now that's hard, don't give up hope. You can be positive, but don't be afraid to face the harsh reality, and you will eventually come through. Things come to pass and they pass. I hope this has been an encouragement to you. If you want to look it up, look up the Stockdale Paradox, and that's about Admiral Jim Collins, but you can also look up Good to Great by Jim Collins, who talked about it. And if you would like to build good resilience in your team and help them to adapt to change and be prepared for what comes, talk to me and I'll talk to your team and your leaders, because that's what I do. All right, bless you heaps, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.